Hi there and welcome back. I thought I would do a follow-up video from the one that I did with the makeover one, because I'm going to continue where possible just refreshing and doing things to the house as we go forward in this year. So yesterday I'd bought these from IKEA, and it's a duvet cover and a fitted sheet, and I completely forgot that we've got 4 pillars on the bed. We have 2 each, and you obviously only get 2 with the quilt cover, and I meant to pick 2 up to match the sheet and I completely forgot. So I've been in Primark today and I managed to pick these up. So they continue with the white and green theme. It's got like maybe, I think it's some sort of a tree on there, it might be a weeping willow, and they were £2. And because the quilt cover's got like a leaf design, I thought that they would still probably go okay. Also from Primark today, I picked up a cushion. It's a really nice garden design, and that is for the conservatory. It's got tassels on 4 corners. It come complete with the cushion obviously, and that was £14. When I was in IKEA, I bought a couple of green new throws for the settee in the conservatory, so that's why this one is gone. I've gone for that garden theme with the green on the back, and I will show you what that looks like tomorrow. And I've also picked this one up, and I just like this because it's the right colour theme. It's got like a darker teal green on the sides, and it's got an embroidered flower. Now I got that from Bernardo's. That was £2. And so I've been and bought some Febreze, and I've given the pillow a really good spritz, and it smells really nice now. This is the first time I've ever used Febreze, and this is a Spring Awakening one, and that was from Poundland, and it was £2. I also realised that I'd not got much polish left, furniture polish, so I picked one of them up from Poundland, and that is a Black Cherry Merlot, so the house is going to get a really good dusting. Also from Primark, I've picked up this sort of dried flower. This was on offer at £1. I've got a couple of glass vases in the house, and I'm just sort of mixing and matching and swapping things around, and I'm just trying to freshen up the flowers, and I just liked the colour of them. As we move into spring and summer, that will just brighten the house up a little bit. When I was in Bernardo's, I also picked up these gloves. Now these gloves are brand new. They've got leather on the inside, sorry, that's the inside, and on the outside it's like a dark grey, and it's like maybe some sort of a wool, and it's got a light white stripe down the middle, and they were £4. And I've come to realise that I think I've got a bit of an obsession about gloves, because I have got absolutely loads, and I didn't need these, but I thought for £4 I'm just not going to leave them, because yeah, I've got an obsession, and that's all there is to it for that one. The other thing that I've bought is a floating shelf. That was from Argos. It's an oak colour, and it was £16. That is going to go above the bed in our bedroom. When we moved into this house, we had all the walls plastered, and we didn't really want to start hammering nails in the walls when we didn't need to, so we've never had anything above the bed. But I've just decided it looks a bit bare, and I'm going to put this shelf up, because me and David do a lot of reading, and it'd just be nice to keep the books sort of like, you know, neat and tidy and on the shelf. The problem is David and power tools don't go together, so I've had to ask my brother-in-law to see if he'll come round and pop that up for me. So he's supposed to be coming round tomorrow, so fingers crossed that will be up tomorrow. So I'll see you in the morning when I've got all this sort of tidied up, but bye for now. So my brother-in-law's been round, my shelf is up, it is all perfectly straight. I was a bit nervous though when he started drilling into the walls, because we've never put up anything before. You're never quite sure how your walls are going to react when they start drilling holes in, but luckily everything seems to be fine. So at the either side of the wall, I've now got a bit of sort of dead space, so I'm now on the lookout for either some pictures, or I might even get some photos off my camera blown up and put in the space. So it's still a work in progress, but I've made a start, and that's what counts. So it's time to just swap my cushions over. So originally here, this was a coral coloured woolen throw, and that's why these cushions are sort of this corally colour. So this one and this one are going, and these are the two that I bought to replace them. So my settee's all done and dusted. So I've got this shelf here that runs along the side of the conservatory inside. I've never had any ornaments on here because I cannot stand dust, and to me ornaments and knickknacks just attract dust, but I'm wanting to try to get this room a little bit more homely looking, so I'm going to be on the lookout to put something on this ledge, and I'm going to try and find something that is just sort of like garden related. This is a caricature of my son which we had done on a holiday years ago, but the frame got knocked off the wall and it's got damaged, so it's been sitting here for quite a while. So I think I'm going to try and get this frame repaired rather than replaced, because we've got a matching one of me and David on the stairs, so that is something that needs to be doing. This here, I want to get rid of it. It had nuts in it. My son bought it as a Christmas present, so obviously we've eaten the nuts. So what I'm going to do there is I want a nice big sort of colourful bowl, and then that's going to sit there with the sunglasses on. I've got a little plant pot with no plant in it, so I need a plant for there. In this corner, this plant on the left that was sat in the living room on the fireplace, but it's got a bit too big now, it's quite tall, so I've popped it there so it gives it more of a focal point when you come into the room. This is one of my vases that I'm just sorting out. I've given it a good wash, I've washed the flowers down. That coloured one is the one that I bought new, but I think some of the stems are a bit too long, so I need something to cut them down with. But some of the flowers are, the stems are made from really strong plastic, and I just don't know if I've got anything that will cut them down, so we'll see what's happening there. Again, there's some things in here that still need doing, but again, I've made that first start and I made a bit of progress, so I'm happy with what I've done so far. So I'm back on the floor in the spare bedroom. I do seem to spend quite a bit of time in this corner. So I've got this big Primark bag, which I got my cushion in it yesterday. So I'm going to use this to now pop the other cushions in there. They're now going to the charity shop, and I've got some vases. This is a CD rack, and I've also found these padded envelopes. So they're all going to the charity shop. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to do, this here is the pile of clothes that I've got that I'm taking out of my wardrobe. So I say I'm really starting to declutter, and I wanted to give it to a charity, one that would just give it to people who actually needed them. And I felt really, really lucky because I found one in the middle of town, and I thought that's absolutely brilliant. We're going to town quite a lot. I'll be able to just take bits and pieces when I go. But then I noticed that it's only open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's not a charity shop. And guess what? They're the 3 days that I work. So I'm going to have to start just carry on researching and seeing if there is anywhere else I can take them. But for now, this has come through the door again. Cancer Relief UK. So I'm going to put what I can in here for now, and I always keep, when they pop them through the door, I always keep the bags because they always come in handy. So I've actually got two. So majority of this should go in these bags, and this one's getting collected Wednesday. So that's what I've decided to do this time round. I don't want these just sitting here forever and a day, because this pile is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it might be that I can't end up finding this charity what I'd like to try and give to. So this is my job for the next 10 minutes or so. So both bags are filled. This one is filled to the brim. This one I've left it open because I've still got a little bit of space in there. So if I come across anything else before Wednesday, I shall pop it in there. So the only thing I've got to do now with these is remember to put them out Wednesday morning on my way to work. The time is now about 12:25, and I've kind of done all the jobs that I really wanted to do. I've already done some cleaning first thing this morning, so I've got that out of the way. So this is what I'm going to spend the next couple of hours on. Someone gave me this. It's sort of like a ball of wool, and it's got variated colours in it, and it's specifically to make a hat. And it came with this pom-pom, and it was attached to this. And I thought this string was just to attach it to the hat and keep it safe. So I started cutting it off, and then I realised I think this is the string that attaches the pom-pom to the hat. And there should be 2 pieces of string. So I'm going to have to try and figure out a way of attaching it. If not, it'll not have one, but I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do it. So this is what I'm going to do for the next few hours. So I just wanted to say thank you if you've taken the time to watch the video, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.